Hi guys, welcome back to La Lucha is Real podcast. I am your host, Edith.
And I'm Angel.
Why did I say it like that? Edith? Like with an emphasis.
Enunciating your syllables?
Emphasis. Edith.
Edith.
Yeah, bro. What a fucking day.
Yeah, today has been a hell of a day.
I know. You had a lot to do today, and
Yeah.
I had a lot of school stuff.
It was also a weird day in Vegas because of the weather. Like,
Bro.
out of nowhere, like, it just...
Got hot, cold,
Yeah.
and it's been fucking hot,
Yeah.
and it started raining.
Yeah.
Bro, I went to go get, because I worked today, right? And I went to go get lunch. And en ese ratito que I went to go get lunch, it started pouring. So, bro, I was, and windy, and it was like I was, like, walking across a hurricane or something. I was like, what the fuck? And then I got in, and it stopped.
It's like it waited for you to, like, be outside.
Yeah, you know how, like, the cartoons where you have, like, the cloud?
Uh-huh.
And it's just storming on top of the person? That's exactly how it felt. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's hella funny.
So,
That's
yeah.
hella funny. Actually, I kind of want to, not to get too into, like, racial stuff, but kind of getting into racial stuff.
Yeah.
Both you and I are against the N-word. But what do you think about, obviously, like, we can't really speak on this too much because we're not Black, we're not African American, we're not Africans. But kind of because I've seen this conversation play out a few times, like, on the internet and social media where people are, like, against even, like, because I was talking to my coworker, and she's Puerto Rican. She's from the Bronx, and she said that the N-word is said so casually over there. And, like, a lot of people, like, just say it casually, and it's not meant to be insulting. For example, Cardi B, she's not Black. Well, she's not African American, but she's Dominican. She's an Afro-Latina, right? And, like, people don't really, like, say too much about her saying the N-word. So is it, like, a skin color thing? Or can, like, only people who are, like, African Americans say it? That's why I was kind of like, I don't know, girl. Like,
I don't know.
it's, like, it gets, like, really... I really want to... Dude, I wish I could just ask somebody these questions. Like, at what point is it, like, okay to say the N-word? Because, like, for example, I saw this video... And they were talking about, do you know who Tia and Tamara Mari is? Okay, so one of them, I don't know which one, has a daughter or a son. They have a kid. And the kid is considered to be 25% Black.
Okay.
25% Black. Because I think the Tia and Tamara are like half Black.
Yeah.
Right? So she is with a white man or I don't know, something else. But her kid is only 25% Black. And you look at her and you can tell that she has, like, Black in her. Like, she's mixed. But also, there's this other actress who is 25% Black, but she isn't Black presenting.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, like, tricky. But then this one girl stitched the video, and then she goes, oh, my God, I really want to talk about this, because she's like, look at my kids. And you see, like, she's like, this is my first child. And you look at him, super white complexion, blue eyes, blonde hair. He's 25% Black. Then you look at her second child. He's kind of, like, a little bit darker, but not too dark. He's still light.
Also 25. Also 25% Black.
Also 25%, but he has very curly, coarse hair.
Yeah.
And it's blonde. And then you see her third child. Her third child has, like... Oh, and then the curly-haired kid has brown eyes. Then you see her third child, who's, like, light complexion, blue eyes, but dark brown hair. And also 25% Black, obviously. So it's kind of like... What if their dad, who I'm assuming is half Black, says the N-word casually, and then her kids end up saying it? They're 25% Black.
That's an interesting conversation. Obviously, I can't really speak on it because I'm not...
We're not Black.
Yeah, and we're not Black. But I don't know to what point...
You get what I'm saying, though?
You're able to, like, use that word.
Yeah. Because obviously, like, let's say you grew up with it around your house, you know? And, like, you're technically... A part of you is Black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, because I was having this conversation with another coworker of mine where they're like, well, if like my kid was like white presenting, even though they were a part like black maybe or African American or whatever, I'd probably talk to them about like, hey, like maybe this is something you use in the household or whatever, you're okay with it, or with your dad or whoever the heck is, you know.
Yeah.
But like maybe not, like people will see it that way out in like public.
Yeah.
But then I'm also thinking like, well, you're asking them not to embrace their blackness. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By not being able to use it like the way, you know what I mean? Being a mixed child is fucking...
Oh, that's crazy.
I can't imagine, because there's a lot of people who... I've seen this conversation play out on the internet a lot where they were like, I'm a mixed kid. And it's kind of like you don't feel... It's kind of like a first gen where you feel
Ni
like...
de aquí,
Ni de aquí, ni de allá. Because like you're not fully this, you're not fully that. You're kind of like in the middle. And you're never going to be enough for either side.
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely like that with being mixed. Like como tú dijiste, like you want to embrace your, like, you know, your blackness, but it's like you're white presenting. Like, and obviously if you like say certain things, like for example, like just an outside point of view, if I see somebody with like white complexion, looks white, I don't know if they're 25% black, and then they use a word, I'm just like,
you're gonna be cringing. You're gonna be like,
what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, are we living in the fucking 1940s or something? What the fuck? But I wouldn't know that. I don't know. That's a tricky one.
But also it's very tricky because like a lot of like, I feel like I want to say a lot of Latinos, with the exception of like maybe a lot, like a chunk of Mexico, but like a lot of Latinos have African in them because of slavery. So that's why like you see people like my coworkers, she's Dominican, but on paper it's so interesting because she's Dominican, right? She has the accent and everything. And she's a proud Dominican.
Yeah.
But on paper, she identifies as black for her race.
Yeah.
I have another coworker who is half Salvadorian and half Salvadorian, half Honduran. And she's like she would look like she's black.
Yeah.
But she doesn't identify as black.
No, pues la verdad no sé.
It's so tricky, but then you have like and even I want to say like maybe lower parts of Mexico, like you'll see like a darker complexion of like Mexicans, but also like there's a certain part of like Mexico where you see a lot of like really light skinned, güerito, like Mexicans, but also that's because like you know how the Spaniards conquered Mexico, and so like even you can even say that because like what did you say, like somewhere along the line on your family it's like
somewhere I got mixed. Yeah, obviously, hence the green eyes and the lighter complexion.
Yeah. It's I don't know, dude, it's just like weird.
I don't know, it's weird. That's a interesting topic. I wish we could bring like
somebody who can speak on this.
Yes, that's very, very well educated in the history that can tell us what is kind of right, or I don't know, because I don't know if there's an actual right, you know? I don't know if there's like como se dice, flexibility in what is accepted and what's not, you know?
Yeah. Because I also did say that like someone pointed out that they're like, whoa, like, well, Cardi B's not even black and she says the N-word. Yeah. But like technically on paper she's black. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So is it like a complexion, or is it like your roots, your ethnicity, ethnic?
But like, think about it. Like back in the day, like back when there was like segregation and shit, Dominicans would have been treated. They would have been treated like they were black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna look at them and be like, "No, you're Dominican."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I probably wouldn't even be. Because I'm very, like, I'm tan. I might be too tan for the white people.
Yeah, you'd definitely be Mexican. Because you know how there's, like, the African-American, well, in the slavery days, it was African-American, and it'll be Mexicans.
Yeah.
And everybody who was, like, even, like, Latino-looking, like, if you were from, like, Latin America, you just fall right into that Mexican category.
But that was also part of segregation, right? Like
that was part of segregation. I don't know, girl. I need a specialist somebody with
in like cultural studies. Anybody in cultural studies to explain this to us?
Yeah, honestly, like, because that's really interesting. Like, where is the line, or if there's even a line, or if it's blurred, or what happens. I definitely know if you're like completely Mexican, though. You should say that word.
No.
And I know a lot of our culture, because that word is very much used, especially because, we grew up together.
Yeah, we're a minority in like you see a lot of like the poorer areas where minorities kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then it comes into the instance like, well, I have a black friend. They told me it's okay. And I'm just like, okay. And this is lo que me pongo a pensar. It's like, it might be okay for them, but you have to remind yourself, like, you saying that word, is it okay for their grandparents or their parents that maybe lived through that? Because that segregation period is not far along. Like, it's literally pretty recent. Are they okay with hearing you say that? You know? You gotta take that in consideration.
Honestly, you just gotta be self-aware, bro. Be fucking aware.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. That's a cringe for me.
I do have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
You know, when you fill out like paperwork, applications, all that bullshit, when it tells you about your race, what do you fill out?
I can't fucking fill out anything else, bro. Like, what is it? What's the selection? It's white, African, black.
It's native? Like white, black, Native American. Yeah. Even fucking like Pacific Islanders on there.
Pacific Islander.
Asian.
Okay.
I forgot what else.
I don't know, but yeah, I had to fill out white. I don't fucking fit.
I skip it. Yeah. I don't answer it. I
try not to answer it if I don't have to answer it. But
yeah. If I could skip, like if it's electronic and you can't move on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking about the electronic forms. Like,
if you can't move on, like if it's a little red star where you can't move on. It's like, fuck. Okay. I have to identify as white, but I don't identify as white. Yeah, I don't think I'm white. There's like, if you compared a fucking blonde-haired, blue-eyed, like, we don't look anything like. I don't identify as white. And but if I can skip the question, I will. I won't answer it. I will only answer the ethnic one where it says Latino, non-Latino.
Yeah.
Because
what do you call it? Like, what do you choose?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
And like my Dominican coworker, she was telling me how she tries to skip the question too if she can. Yeah. But if she has to answer it, she will put black and then she'll put Latino or Latina, you know? But if she can skip it, she will, and she'll just put Latina. Because she does, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't take her Dominican away from her.
Exactly.
It's different.
I know some like, of the Mexicans I know also put like in like Native American and then put Latina.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
But then again, they know their tribe and stuff like that. Like, they're aware of that.
I'm not.
I don't know.
I
have suspicions, and but obviously I don't.
Yeah, depending on your geographic location in Mexico, you can kind of figure out. I think my family was closer to like Yaquis. But you can't quote me because I don't fucking know. Yeah, me neither. I haven't traced it back.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
But then again, you have my father. So that's where my family from Sonora are from, right? But then you have my father who's from Durango. So I don't like that's probably a whole different tribe.
Yeah.
So
you have Tarahumaras. You have, I don't know what other tribes are called, but you have, and it's very prominent.
Hey, so we might have, like, in our lineage, we might have somebody related.
Yeah, I know. I do know that where my parents were born, because I did a deep investigation. It was it was like the Spaniards definitely demolished the city and killed and raped and everything and built a church that's still there.
God damn, it's still there. Yeah. Oh no.
I don't know if a lot of the people like that, like my cousins and stuff like that, no. But I was doing some deep ass research, and that church is really old. It was product.
Yeah.
I don't know if like it's been reconstructed and stuff like that, but that's where Spaniards were.
So that's probably why, like, in your family line, there's a lot of like the lighter complexion, colored eyes.
Definitely, especially my mom's side.
Because even like
My
your
dad's side is
like your little
different.
sister, like
They look straight up white.
I was about to say, there's like they're white passing.
Yeah, they literally white skin, blue eyes.
They have like the lighter hair,
lighter brown hair. They definitely are white passing.
Damn.
I know when they see my sisters with my parents, they're like, "What the fuck?
Did you guys kidnap these kids?
Your kids?
They fucking think they kidnapped the kids.
Those your kids.
Triple, quadruple checks them at the border.
No, for real, bro. They're like, oh, I don't know what's happening here.
Did you just steal an American kid?
No, but yeah. So I don't know, girl. It's crazy. But yeah, I definitely going back to that question. If I don't have to answer it, I won't. But a lot of the times when it's electronic, it requires you to fucking answer that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it. Pues ya que voy a poner.
Or if it has the option of prefers not to answer.
There we go.
I'll answer. I'll put that one. I'll be like prefers not to answer.
Thanks to the applications that actually offer that.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys because I do not identify as white. Not that there's anything wrong with that. No, it's not my culture. I don't think it's a part of me.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm American. I identify as American, but I'm also Mexican. And those are my roots.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But yeah, so I will skip that question if I can. But anyways, let's take a brief break and then we'll come back with some chisme for our friends. So we'll be right back, guys. And fuck, girl.
Oh, damn, we went too hard.
No, you trying to fucking throw hands or what?
Yeah, bro. You know, I told you I was going to fight you. I don't know why I was going to fight you, but I said I was going to fight you this week. I don't remember why. But
I know why.
I can't remember why, bro. It's something we can't mention here.
Yeah, it's something we can't mention. Sorry, guys.
So, but I don't remember why. But I still want to fight Angel. So, in case you might see that on the Patreon.
So, in case you see her just, oops, sorry.
And she just fucking, oops, sorry. Start attacking you. Nah, guys. I feel like Angel would just push me off. I definitely think you're stronger than me. I'm fucking weak as fuck, bro. I can't. I need to work on my strength. Like, I have good leg strength, but like arm strength.
Upper body?
Yeah, upper body.
I mean, I'm not. I tengo mano pesada. I will say
Exactamente.
that. Tengo mano pesada.
Yeah, she does. But I just remember when we were going at the gym, like you were stronger.
Oh, like I would lift heavier? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I still don't feel like I'm that strong. I still feel weak. Like when I try to do a pull-up, girl, that shit I'm not going nowhere. But
ain't no pulling up.
Ain't no pulling up.
That shit just pulling down.
But also, like, I also remember, I'm like, okay, girl, but like, you're also, like, when you're doing a pull-up, like, you're not, like, I have to consider my body weight, you know? Yeah. So I'm pulling up that weight, you know? And it's obviously, it's a lot, but... Hey, girl, let's get into the fucking chisme.
People are like, what the fuck? Can y'all just fucking get
to the fucking point? Yeah. Get to the fucking point.
Who taught you how to podcast?
Yeah. The fuck? Y'all suck.
You see the negative comments? It's just me with the spam account. Y'all suck.
Okay. All right. Amigas, we need an update and the best friend that got pregnant by the so-called best friend's man. Don't be shy now, girl. Let us know what happened. Did you tell the friend? This girl can't leave us hanging.
I'm saying, amiga, come on. Let us know.
Did you tell the best... What did you decide to do? Did you tell your best friend? Did you not?
Orchard's small sauce over
Did you tell them that it was a random guy? What'd you do? Okay.
Which one?
The second one?
This one? Mm-hmm. Okay. Hola, amigas. In middle school, there was a new kid, a boy, that I became friends with. We ended up liking each other. He asked me to be his girlfriend, but I said no. I was embarrassed because he was black. My school was like 75% white kids. I was embarrassed that people would make fun of me. Kids are mean. Eso ya se me quitó. I love everyone. I'm not racist, I promise. But this guy ends up moving. We kept in touch for very little, and girls... He's a pro football player now. I stalk his page every now and then to see how he's doing. LOL. But sometimes I wonder, like, damn, what if he kept in touch and became something? LOL. I'm just being delulu of how different my life would be. Hey.
Damn. Okay.
I guess beat that Lulu.
Beat the Lulu.
I don't know how that must be, like, going to a predominantly, like, white
White
school.
school. Is that what she said? It was predominantly.
Yeah.
Okay.
73% of the kids were white.
But also, no. We just had this conversation that on paper Latinos could be identified as white.
But I think she means more so, like,
Actually white.
kids.
Okay.
Like, skin white.
Because I remember, like, well, when we went to ECTA, I remember they didn't use white. They would use, like, Latino and stuff like that. I think because they knew.
Yeah.
Because we went to, like, predominantly, like, Latino school, huh?
Yeah. Well, Vegas is predominantly, like, even when I was in elementary or middle school, I never felt out of place.
Maybe it's the side of town we're on.
Yeah.
Maybe that has a lot to do with
east
it.
side.
The east side, yeah. Okay.
No, it does, because I know, like, one of my friends, she was also, like, raised in Vegas, but a different part of town, and she would kind of pass as white because everybody was white, and they would make fun of, like, being Latinos and stuff like that.
Shut up.
Yeah. So
That's crazy. I actually know somebody who
she's definitely
um
whitewashed herself, she said.
really. I know somebody who they're like a third gen Mexican.
Yeah.
Or something like third or fourth gen. Definitely been in the States for a while, like generations already, right? Like she doesn't speak a lick of Spanish at this point. She doesn't speak Spanish. She understands a few words, but she doesn't really like speak Spanish. And she grew up in a town where it was like small town vibes. Like where did she say it? Needles, California.
Yeah. Who lives there? I'm sorry. I didn't know people lived there. I just thought it, like, I would see the sign.
It was it Needles? I don't know, girl. It was like some part of California, right?
Yeah.
It was a part of California, but she said it was like predominantly like a lot of white people. And she said that like she didn't realize like how they kind of treated her differently in a way. Or was this when she went to college and she went to a college and it was like predominantly white or something like that. I don't know. It was at a school, right? But she was telling me how they used to call her, oh, my little bean. And at the time, because she was so surrounded by this, she didn't even realize like how offensive that could be. Like she didn't even see it that way. Because it was just like so natural for her to hang out with like a lot of white people.
Yeah.
And she even says that I'm super whitewashed. Like, I don't even speak Spanish, but like she has a very Latino last name.
Yeah.
But it's because she's already like a fourth gen or whatever. And I think she comes from that family that was like, we don't want to be discriminated against, so we're only going to speak English. You know, like that mindset back in the day. Yeah, so that's, her family comes from that mindset. And so she never even really learned Spanish like that because her family didn't use it. So there's, obviously there's not, like, we're not blaming her. Yeah. But, like, she was just so, she was so, what is it when you're very in it? Like, very... Integrated into, like, being surrounded by, like, white people that she didn't even realize... It could be offensive to be called my little bean. Because she, obviously, her complexion's a little, like, she looks Latina. Yeah.
But she didn't hang around, like, she didn't know enough from, like, the Latino culture of how that word like what that word means like for us, or how people called us those kind of slur words, that she didn't know. She didn't know that. That's what I'm getting, right? She just didn't know.
She didn't know. And so like she's like, yeah, looking back at it, I'm like, bitch, what the fuck?
You catching these fucking heads.
Yeah, when I was talking to her, like she's like, yeah, now looking back at it, I was like, what the fuck? But she's like, but when she was younger, she just didn't see it.
Yeah, I get that.
It's crazy.
That's what she hanged out with.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't imagine like going through something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's being predominantly white school and everything like that. I don't know. Maybe because I just, like I said, I'm so thankful to be able to be. We've been like very diverse schools.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just like only Latinos. It was definitely, especially on this side, you have a lot of like Asian community too, and then almost everything.
Yeah, you have a little bit of
Poquito de
everything.
todo.
Yeah.
Estamos ahí.
Okay, let's read the next one.
Go.
Hi, amigas. I'm back. Oh, I love when people fucking come back. Hi, amigas. I'm back. I submitted the one story about my bitch-ass sisters, Lexi and Macy. I remember.
Oh, yeah.
This time, I need some advice, girls. I'm about to turn 27 and have never been in a relationship or had a boyfriend. I have had like flings, but never anything to call a relationship. I have been thinking of trying online dating, specifically the app Hinge. I am a Christian and I'm not necessarily saving myself for marriage, but I also don't want my relationship to just be about sex. Maybe I feel like this way because I have never had, I think she meant to say sex, but I want my first time to be, oh yeah, that's what she meant. Maybe I feel this way because I have never had sex, but I want my first time to be with someone I truly love and respects me. With that being said, I have tried to just let God bring him to me, but it ain't working.
Do you preach it to the choir?
Do you girls have any advice on how I should go about online dating? Like, what should and shouldn't I put in my profile? What counts as coming off too strong, or any red flags I should look out for? I know Angel is married. I love how she said, I know Angel's married, because I fucking say that shit all the time. And she said, I know Angel is married, but maybe if you have some things your husband did while you guys were dating to help me see what to look for in a man. I just want someone who loves and respects me for me. I hope you guys read this because it's a struggle out here, amigas. And the guys in Vegas just want one thing.
Oh, you're from Vegas.
Oh,
girl, we're in the same dating pool, like the dating pool. We're looking at the same dating pool.
You're like, girl, we're both looking.
We could get a little bit more specific. Oh, damn.
So you know exactly the kind of men, and we were on Hinge. Well, Edith was on Hinge. I was just her partner in.
Yeah, because she didn't believe me until I had to show her what Hinge looked like.
So what advice do you have for a friend about Hinge?
Well, honestly, like, you haven't tried it, so I would say try it. Don't knock something until you try it. Personally, for me, myself, and I just don't like online dating. I've tried it. I delete that shit. It's just nothing meaningful for me.
Has never came out of it.
I feel it's very superficial. Very swipes. I keep on swiping. It's just very superficial. Whatever conversations come out of it, it's very like whatever. It's never led
surface level.
Yeah, never led to anything. Yeah, met a lot of men that just want sex there. So
yeah.
Even if you're like pretty to the point, I'm not looking for that, but. Yeah, I don't know. I say don't knock until you try, because I also heard of like success stories. Like
my sister, I think my sister met her boyfriend on it. I think it was Hinge. Was it Hinge? Or it was like something.
Or Bumble.
No, I think it might have been Hinge.
Tinder?
I don't know. I gotta ask her. But my sister definitely met her boyfriend, and they've already been together for like maybe over a year and a half approaching. They've been together almost a year and a half.
You see, so there are success stories. Like I said, don't knock until you try. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it. When I had my profile on there, I kept it fun and like light, nothing too deep. Like, oh, I want to make sure I'm married by I'm 30 or something and have 5 kids. No, tampoco. Like, like put quirky details if you can. Put nice pictures. Some details, about you. Definitely if you don't want kids, or if you do want kids, it has an option for you to list that, Put it right there, because I think it's definitely needed. But yeah, just don't get too deep on it. You'll get deep when you start the conversation, if it gets to that. Yeah.
What are some red flags that you think she should look out for?
Guys that put like
pay attention to what picture they're liking.
Yeah. that. Pay attention to a picture. Like we did like a como te dije, when I had my Hinge, I had like a kind of in a way like test.
You were very okay, so one thing about Edith, she was very calculated about the pictures. So all the men listening who are listening, oops.
Well, my profile thought out there, so
yeah,
whatever.
So Edith was very calculated about the photographs that she chose to put on her Hinge account, and there's like, you get to how many is it, like 5-6 photos or something?
I think you have more, but I think I only had like 5.
You had like 5 or 6, something like that, right?
Yeah.
But you were very like there was different pictures, like maybe some that were selfies, like some that were like more posed. You put like, she was very diverse, but there was one particular photo that was like all the way at the bottom. Like you had to go through all these pictures to get all the way to the bottom. And that one was what you were showing, like cleavage.
Yeah, it's a little bit more provocative.
Yeah, it was a little bit more provocative. And which one is
I was naked. No. I was just in tighter clothing. My boobs were definitely out.
It was just like party attire, okay?
Yes,
it was party attire.
Like, I'm having fun.
Still very respectable. Like, you know, you were showing a little bit. What was the picture that a lot of guys liked, Edith?
That picture.
And that's a red flag.
Yeah, that's a red flag for me because it's like, out of all these pictures, which
a lot of them were beautiful, let me tell you, because Edith posted pictures of her in like Paris, London, and whatever, you know?
Or even just selfies or just like fun little quirky ones. And
which one did they like? And it was a fucking mirror selfie. Like Edith did a mirror selfie with her cleavage out. Yeah. And that's the one that got the most likes.
But you have to go all the way to the bottom and fucking do that.
Maybe try that, because then you can rule out like what you know when the guys they're looking at something that's the one that they like.
Yeah. And then you had some guys, like the ones that I actually started some conversation with, that like different pictures, didn't like that one, like the one where I was outdoors in nature, or like that, like the selfie, like I was calculated with how I put the pictures, you know. So
maybe try that. Yeah. But what are red flags though, for real? Like what are some red flags they could look at?
If they have pictures with like other girls on there, like you've seen
with
those
other people.
Yeah.
There was somewhere I was like, wait, which one's the guy? Because there would be like group photos of a whole bunch of guys, and I'm like, which one?
All group photos, and it's like, what the fuck? You don't know who the fuck you're dating. Or who you're talking. When there's pictures of them with like girls and like a lot of girls and a lot of things, that's just depends on each. You know, your guy can have girlfriends, I guess, but if all the pictures are that.
Also, I think a red flag for you was when they had like body pics.
Oh, that too.
Like the shirtless pics.
Yeah, where it was a lot of like, ¿cómo se dice? Thirst traps.
Yeah.
If it was mostly all thirst traps, no, thank you. I'm not a fan of like thirst traps. So yeah, it was for me. Also, ¿qué más? Pay attention to the backgrounds of the pictures. You might see interesting details, like weird flags that she.
What are some of the weird flags or like weird things that you saw?
Well, there was like a flag of like what is it called?
The Confederate flag?
Yeah.
I
was like, no thanks.
The Confederate flag?
No thanks. So just look at the surroundings, you know? Like, and it was very like, you had to really pay attention. But I
and have a whole bunch of like guns.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay.
It speaks a very certain type of person.
And I'm just like,
not that I'm against guns or anything,
No,
guys.
but like,
but the way the photo was set up.
Yeah, look at the background and stuff like that. Look at the prompts, because there's different prompts you could put if they're very sexualized and like, yeah, just.
What are some of the okay? Let's say she gets past online dating. She's actually going on a date. Instant red flags. What are they?
For number one, and I think that's for a lot of people, it's how they treat their waiters and stuff like that. Like if you go out to eat,
smart.
Like just look at those little cues. Like if they're like passive aggressive with them or anything like that, or they just like treat them like, you know, that's a big no for me. ¿Qué más? How he treats you. Like for me, and it depends on what you're looking for. Like I said, it's a bit case by case. But I do like, you know, a man like going out of the way and opening doors for me, you know, making me feel like very welcomed and stuff like that. Like I said, it's to each case by case scenario. But that's also like especially when we're first meeting and he just, like, let's say we're going into the restaurant, he just opens the door and leaves it behind. Like,
yeah.
And I'm going to go in and he just lo suelta and se va para adentro. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, peace out. I'm leaving.
Like, you know what? Let's not even go. Yeah. So if they make like references to like money and stuff like that.
Money?
Yeah. No, like, for example, like, I don't know. I'm like, I've been on a date and stuff like that where it's like they mention I've been like I kind of broke and stuff. Why are you? Why are we here?
Oh, the guy that was like telling you to pick from like he was trying to order from the kids menu, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god! If he's a chicken tender guy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like for me, I'm not a picky eater. I don't on my part. También lo que buscas también. Red flags are based on what you're looking for. I don't want to be dating somebody that's a picky eater, I like to try all kinds of food. I want to go everywhere, I want you to be a foodie with me.
You're like best friends with a picky eater, right?
You?
Yeah.
You're not that much of a picky eater. You'll still try shit. For me, picky eater is I only eat chicken tenders.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, girl, I don't like sour cream. I don't like guac. I don't really like seafood.
No, but no. To me, I know when there's something wrong, but I don't think that you're a picky eater, but not to the extreme of picky eaters. Like I feel like the extreme of picky eaters is like I only chicken tenders,
chicken nuggies,
and a burger with nothing on it, and my tacos with nothing on it. If I like tacos, like that kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just like. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess I'm not that much of a picky eater.
No, I feel like you give everything a try before you say no. But yeah, just look at stuff like that. How he treats you, the comments they make, and if they make like little sexual comments, like I don't know.
Like, damn, you fine?
Yeah, damn, you fine. Okay.
The fuck? You just made me want to like not be on this date with you.
Like. It's just the way that they word it. I don't know. They might be nervous too, but they're like, I don't know. There's a difference of like, oh, you look great today. Or like, oh, you look really nice today. To, damn, you fine, shoddy. And I'd be like, damn, okay.
What about how much they tip? Is that important to you?
That too. A cada quien, no man. Like everybody's gonna be like, Edith, what the fuck?
Okay, no. We definitely at some point we gotta talk about tip culture nowadays.
Yeah, I know that's a conversation for another podcast. But because I feel like we could go hella in deep into about tip culture. But I tip. I'm a big advocate for tipping, especially here in the U.S. where wages aren't great, especially in service industry and stuff like that. If I get good service, I am going to tip well, I am going to tip well.
If you give me shitty service though, I'm not one of those that is just gonna tip you because that's the fucking tip culture. Yeah. I'm gonna tip you also based off service. Yeah. Because if you're like not paying attention to me, you keep forgetting my fucking drink after I told you
you give me attitude
5 fucking times.
Yeah. Not, but I haven't came into a lot of situations like that.
Yeah,
honestly.
me neither.
So I tip well.
Except once, actually, no.
Oh.
No, this one girl, I didn't even... Okay, never mind. Let me just not get distracted. I ordered... I'm going to tell you. I went to... And I got fajitas. Mm-hmm. And I told them no cheese because they... Like, in this place, they put cheese on them. Mm-hmm. And I told them no cheese because I was... Yeah, they put cheese.
Was it more American place or what?
No, girl, it was La Mojarra Loca.
Oh, they put cheese on the fajitas?
Yeah. I don't know why they put cheese on it one time.
Do they usually put cheese on fajitas or no?
No.
Oh, right?
They don't. It's like chopped peppers and onion.
Yeah, en la carne.
Excuse me. With the carne or chicken or whatever you want to put, right?
Yeah.
So I remember one time I had gone and they put cheese on it. So when I went back, I was like, please don't put cheese on it. And then the lady was like, okay, whatever, right? But I was like, ya tenía como un karate. Like she had, she already kind of like was giving fucking bougie vibes, right? And I'm like, bitch, you fucking working at, well, never mind. But she was giving like bougie vibes, like
I don't want to be here. I'm too good for here.
I'm too good for here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then... so she left and then she brought back our food later and sure enough, my fajitas had fucking cheese on them. And then I was like, I called her over and I'm like, hey, like I ordered my fajitas with no cheese. And then she goes, is it that big of a deal? Like,
oh, hell no. Okay, allí se pasó.
Yeah.
You could have easily been like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, let me go ahead and take care of
but she was like, is it that big of a... Like, you can't... She basically was
There's people that are lactose intolerant.
Exactly.
Extreme lactose intolerant. What do you mean if it's not a big deal?
Yeah, she wanted me to push that shit to the side.
There's people that have allergies.
And then my sister, you know how my sister is.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even have to fight, okay? Because my sister stepped in real quick. She's like, no, she ordered without cheese. Take it back and bring her some. My sister was like, not having it. Yeah, and I think that day my sister was like, we're not leaving a tip. Because she didn't have to come with the dude.
Yeah.
Like, she could have easily like, I'm so sorry. Like, let me take it. You know what I mean? Like, that was an easy... But she's over here like, is it that big of a deal? Like, you can't just push it to the side? Bitch! That's what because my sister was like, what if you would have been lactose intolerant?
Yeah, or like some weird allergy with cheese. Other than lactose intolerant, you know, what if you broke up in hives and fucking... It was a death situation, you know? Mm-hmm. She don't fucking...
No, but yeah, that day we didn't... And like, I normally... I'm a tip. I like to tip, you know? Yeah. And yeah, that day we didn't tip. Because we were just like, what the fuck? Like... Like, yeah, like, honestly, despite the fuck up, like, you could have easily been like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, because it happens. Mistakes happen. But it's like how, like... You don't have to fucking go out of your way and be like, can you put it to the side? And like, you could have easily been like, let me take this back. You don't even have to like, let me just take this back.
And I feel like, don't get me wrong, like, I like cheese, guys. I love cheese. But I was, that was during a time in my life when I was like super dieting. Like, I was trying to lose, and this was like, I think prior to my wedding. So I was like trying to drop the weight and I wasn't eating dairy. I completely cut dairy out of my diet. And ya me conoces. When I fucking, like, when I put my mind to it, like, I'm gonna stick to it. And normally, I feel like had I not been on my diet, I would be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll eat it with the cheese. Like, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But because I'm so committed to my goals that I was like, I'm not,
you ordered it without cheese.
I ordered it without cheese. And I wasn't going to pay for, you know what I mean? I also didn't want to pay for it and then not be able to eat it because I was very committed to my goals. Yeah. Ya me conoces. Like, I'm very committed to my goals sometimes when I'm, like, in it. So I didn't want to eat the cheese.
No. I would, Fuck that shit.
Anyways, yeah, you were saying.
Anyways, back to it. Yeah, definitely how much they tip. Like, let's put the hypothetical. Great service, amazing, great restaurant. Food great, service great, amazing waiter. And then ends up like
leaving a little $5.
I will pull out my wallet and leave more. In front of them.
Dude, like, yeah, I don't know.
It's just for me. I just don't see myself with somebody like that, you know? Because there's gonna be contradiction. Like, even when we go out, like, you know, when we go out, it's like we don't have to worry about that because we know damn well, like, we are on the same level of where we fucking tip, you know? Yeah. And that's how I want my partner to be. So, like, let's say if my partner doesn't believe in tipping,
it's all right. You can't
not
be
even
together.
My partner, whoever I'm fucking dating doesn't believe in tipping or tips very yeah, no.
Also, if they don't stack their plates or like...
dude,
¿qué?
If they leave everything... It's just
that's
consideration.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, and it's
to me personally.
Yeah, and it's how much you put in consideration. You know, like other people and.
It honestly, that's a huge thing for me. I feel like when I've gone out, like to go shopping with somebody or something, like friends or whatever, or coworkers, I've gone out.
The shopping cart.
Yeah, the shopping cart. Yeah. That is a huge fucking test for me because I will kind of know like what kind of person and how considerate you are as a person depending on where you leave your fucking cart. Yeah. Because if you're not walking 10 feet to put the fucking cart in the carousel or whatever, like, I'm gonna be like, bro, no.
It tells a lot about a person.
It does. It tells a lot.
So, look for those kind of things. Take him shopping. First date, go on shopping.
Go shopping.
See where the cart gets left.
Yeah, see where the cart gets left.
No, yeah,
the tip.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me. Yeah. Pero cada quien, you know, to each their own. But that's a big red flag for me. Big, huge. I sound like Trump, bro. Big, huge. But yeah, so I used to this.
Okay,
but we live in 20% at least.
I mean, if they have good service.
Yeah, if they have a good, I'm saying like hypothetical, great service and everything like that. Imagínate, you go to a restaurant, gastas, like, vamos a decir $100. Because, nowadays, food is expensive, $100. And then they leave, like, $3.
Oh no, girl.
Fuck, and the thing about it, I should start carrying cash with me, but
Yeah.
I never carry cash with me, so I feel like I would just be like, hey, what's your, like, I didn't pay with my card, so
Dude, or
what's your
olvídate, when you have parties of like 10 people y quieren dejar unos pinches $5 o 10, I'm like, bro, you made this fucking waitress work her ass off.
Yeah.
And you want to leave fucking $5?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
sácate de aquí.
Get the fuck out of here. I can't. That's another thing. Oh, God.
But then again, that's us, guys. This is our beliefs. You don't have to agree with them.
We grew up. It's what we're taught.
Yeah, it's what we were taught.
So.
Okay, and then she also said, I know Angel's married, but maybe if you have some things your husband did while you guys were dating to help me see what to look for in a man. I feel like this wouldn't be very relevant because when me and Val were dating, we
were teenagers.
Yeah, he was 17 and I was 16. And you're 27. Like, it's kind of...
It's different.
It was very different. Also, because if he did the shit he did back then... well, actually, no. Val was never really bad like that. But I'm saying, like, I feel like... Would I have accepted or been okay with 17-year-old Val, like, now, if we were...
as a 20...
Yeah, like, if we were just dating now, no. he needed some learning,
Yeah, you guys were both young.
We're both young. We're both naive. There was a lot of shit. It was a learning... Oh, sorry. It was a learning experience, a journey. Yeah. But Val was very... He was very considerate, too, I think. That was one of the things, too. I think he was very considerate. Like, when we did go out to eat, like, we both kind of, like, cleaned up a little. Like, that, for me, that's huge. Like, cleaning up after yourself, not leaving a fucking mess when you go out to eat. That was a huge one for me that I noticed. What are other things that he did? He'd always make sure... Another thing that I really, like, something that, like, if we're not going somewhere together, if we're driving separate or, like, whatever the situation is, he'd always make sure I made it home safe. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing for me. And, like, I always tell Edith, too, I'm like, girl, let me know when you're home. Like, yeah. I do that to good, like, close, like, if we're close friends.
She has my location now because I always forget.
Yeah. But, like, it's like a courteous thing. Like, if you and the guy met somewhere and he went out of his way to be like, hey, like, let me know when you're home. Yeah. But there's a lot of guys that don't do that. It's a red flag for me, though. Right? Yeah. Right? Okay, Val was like, when even at 17, Val would be like, hey, let me know when you're home. Yeah, that. And you know what's an actual plus for me? Uh-huh. Like, once, like, we're dating and you're actually picking up me up from my home. Uh-huh. To go to your door? Walk me all the way to my door. Very few guys have done that, actually. They'll be like, oh, drop you off and whatever. But very few guys have done the thing that, let me take you to the door. Like, it's okay. Like, let me take you to the door, make sure you make it in, and then I can go. Actually, my very first date with Val walked me all the way to my door. Mm-hmm. He walked me all the way to Actually, my very first date with Val, he met my mom. Again, we were teenagers. Yeah. It's different. But he met my mom. I would cry if if a first date would meet my parents. I'm like, no, I don't want you meeting. I'm very... picky of who but it's different. Friends. It's different now because you're like grown Edith. Yeah. You know what I mean? No, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's younger. So so he like shook my mom's hand and everything. Came to the well, first of all, he was trying to go to the door, but he couldn't find my apartment because I lived in an apartment. Yeah. So I had to meet him up front, and then we walked all the way back to my apartment. Yeah. So he shook my mom's hand, was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take her out to ice cream. We're gonna go to church, and I'll bring her back home by said time." And he did. But then when he dropped me off, he got off the truck and walked me all the way to my door. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's also something to look for. Like, make sure to walk you all the way to your door. But again, it could be like whatever dynamic you want in your relationship. Yeah. This is just things that we look for. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or I don't have to look for that no more. I got it. She got it. But things I'm looking for, definitely. Yeah. But yeah, that's a big plus for me. I literally just remembered that right now. When they check to see you made it home safe? Yeah, check to that. Or like if they walk you to your car? That's
When they walk me to the car, yeah, that's also a big plus.
When they walk, like if you guys met somewhere and he walks you all the way to your car and he's just like, peace.
Make sure you get in your car.
Yeah. Okay. It gives like protective vibes. And that's what it's giving, right?
But yeah, it depends on who you're looking for, because...
What if she's not looking for protective vibes? No, but like, I mean, I don't know. Even just having like Christian values, I feel like a lot of it is that, like, being un caballero, like, teniendo un caballero, you know, like, ¿cómo es a gentleman?
Yeah.
A gentleman? Yeah, there we go.
Being a gentleman. I don't think, what is it called? What is it called? Chivalry is dead?
Chivalry?
Chivalry?
Chivalry.
I don't think it's dead. It's just more uncommon, but it's definitely out there. So
so if that's what you're looking for, like, pay attention to those things, because it's also like it shows their character and how considerate they are and like how compassionate they could be for other people.
Yeah. Might be over there being chivalrous. So I don't know who right now, probably going on dates trying to find me. But yeah.
Also pay attention to see if they ask you questions too, because if they're just talking about themselves.
Yeah.
No.
And she's dating in Vegas, right?
Yeah, girl. Let
me know if you can find...
Dude, let us come back and let us know.
It's a little rough over here.
Yeah, it's a little rough around her. I think we're like getting close to it. We hella went off on a tangent on this one.
Yeah.
And then the next one, the next one is really,
you
really
don't got
long.
A little short one or something?
Here's a little short one. You want to read it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's this one. We're gonna come back to the long one. Okay?
Yeah. It's just because the episode's about to end. So les dejamos because it's 3, right? This is our 3rd one?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Damn. Something like that.
All right. It says, hi, everyone. So I need some advice. Recently, I've been missing an ex-best friend of mine, and I've been so tempted to just send her a request on IG. I honestly don't even remember what caused us to fall out. Pretty sure it was her whack-ass boyfriend at the time. Just confused on what to do since her sister has kept me on social media this whole time. What should I do? I mean, it doesn't seem like you guys end on bad terms.
It was just her whack ass boyfriend. Yeah,
and sometimes that happens. Hello, her. We.
I mean, it wasn't because of a guy, but we did like
distanced ourselves.
Yeah, we did kind of go our own way for a little bit.
Yeah,
and even though it took a few years, like we came back.
So I feel like if you didn't end bad, it just kind of like you guys stopped talking that much. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Like honestly, I feel life is too short. Life is too short, and just fucking make the first move. Like, shoot your shot with your ex-bestie.
See where it goes.
I remember when Edith called me out.
Yeah.
When you were like, bitch, we always say we're going to meet up.
Oh, let's meet up. Yeah. And I'm like, when? Bitch. Hoe ass. Right now.
Dude, it's funny because Val, Edith wants to fight me now.
I do. But that's because of the shit you do. You can't say. Oh, God. Now I remembered, bro. Now I'm mad again.
I'm such an instigator, guys.
No, she is. She does shit for the plot. Y'all think I do shit for the plot? She does shit for the plot. She puts me in the middle.
I like to stir the pot. I don't know.
So yeah,
sometimes cuando estoy un poco aburrida, like if I'm a little bored, I'd be like, let's just shake it up a little bit, let's stir the pot, and then I throw Edith in it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
And then Edith's like, bitch, we're fighting.
Yeah, I be hella texting her in caps, But yeah, so don't be surprised if like a Patreon comes out and we're like, literally it's us fighting, like. Yeah, that means I lost my shit and she went overboard. Anyways, thank you so much.
We'll find out in a couple weeks.
Wow. Well, thank you for tuning in, guys.
Edith's like, all right, I'm going to end this right now so we can go fight.
Yeah, because I'm about to fucking meet her outside right now. Thank you for tuning in. Les agradecemos. Make sure if you're listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to follow, of course, so that way you always don't miss our episodes. And then also...
always don't.
Always don't miss. Always. No puedo hablar. I'm like on hella caffeine right now. The words can't spoke. Anyways, make sure to leave a 5-star review. If you have anything less, what they're going to do?
Hit the DMs and we will talk about it.
Roundtable it. Yeah. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube because that helps a lot.
Yes. Comment something. I don't know, anything. I don't know, make some shit up.
Yeah. Hashtag whatever your favorite part of the video was, you know?
Yeah.
Also, like I said, I mentioned it in the last video. Make sure that you hit the little bell icon on YouTube so you guys get notified when the videos drop, because it's only a couple of you, I mean, not a couple, like more than 100 that have that on. So the other are not getting notified.
Yeah.
Get notified.
Yeah.
And subscribe if you're not subscribed. Again.
Okay. Well, ahí los vamos a dejar before we
Tune into Patreon.
Yeah. Oh, tune into Patreon.
Yeah, we're about to continue the conversation or fight.
Or fight. All right, los vamos a dejar. Que Dios los bendiga.
Besitos.
Bye, guys.
Bye.